Greetings, everyone. Thank you for coming back. Why are you here? Poor fools. We're having an amazing time with this campaign, and I'm really excited about where it's headed. Most of us are sick with some sort of cold, so everyone think back to where you were at early June, and the world was suffering by the looks of it. Most of Sydney is anyway. But we're going to try and soldier on as best we can because we're excited to play. So yeah, I reckon it might be time for kind of a slight character recap, just to help us all remember some of the special things, and tell us each briefly about your character, and then each give me some sort of connection with the hospice a little bit, and then we'll jump into some play. So why don't you go first, Derek?
Oh, okay. So I am playing Arlen Blackhand, who is an orcish wizard. So in fifth edition, there are no half orcs anymore. So he's a full orc, and ran away from home. Met up with a group of Goliaths, and became a wizard. And has sort of continued his travels along to Stormwreck Isle, where he's found a little bit of a home in the hearth, the healer's hearth. And what he's doing there is he's kind of creating a bit of an industry for himself, creating potions and little herbalist kind of remedies, with an eye to kind of do more of that and maybe venture into sort of full-blown magic items in the future. But yeah, so he's kind of bookish and nerdy, and has glasses, and yeah, that's his lot.
That's super cool. So you're kind of like Elphaba.
With who?
Elphaba? Is she the green wizard in Wicked?
Oh, I can't remember the name. Alfalfa?
None of us are like completely on top of wizard. Okay, good. Let's just rewind that. That's great, Derek. That's a rich and full description that doesn't bring anything to mind in particular. That's right. That's fantastic.
Reminds me of that witch from no, never mind.
Yeah, that's right. If you know which wizard is from Wizard, then Wizard from Wicked, then type it into the comments. That'd be great. Appreciated. Oh my god, my brain has been fried by this flu. It's been very, very bad. John, tell us about your character before Ben says anything else at all.
I'm Darrow of the Healer's Hearth, and I run the Healer's Hearth, which is a tavern on Stormwreck Island. It is the first port of call for many weary sailors coming in, and many who are sick, looking for maybe their first experience of healing. And I'm a human, and yeah, I'm connected into the hospice because I used to work there. Unfortunately, I had a little dalliance with one of the other healers, and we got busted when we were in an awkward position next to a purity healing fountain, which may or may not be sullied in some fashion. And so he was kicked out, and he decided he'd make a tavern that does a little bit of healing, and heals the soul. Yeah.
Do you make much money at the tavern?
Oh, billionaire. Wait, do I have a rule that says I can't? No.
I don't know. Yeah, like what's your margins? Like, yeah.
I'm not sure how long I've been there for. I assume I'm sort of keeping my head above water, but I don't think I'm raking it in because it's an island. So there's probably not huge amounts of, extra new customers coming in all the time. Maybe once a week we get a big burst of it, and then things sort of die off a bit. So I'd say keep my head above water, but not necessarily raking in cash.
Die off a bit, I think, is one of those wizards from that movie Wicked, isn't it? That was terrible. Right. Okay. Excellent. I'd love to see ultimately, a bit of a menu from the Healer's Hearth and some of the services and things you offer, and a bit of a concept of where you get your supplies from and what your supply lines are and things like that. A complete budget and mocked up book and pencil marking.
You sound like the Healer's Hearth's accountant who's constantly asking me those questions, and I never have the answer to them. Yeah.
Can you show me your inbox? Pulls drawer open, gold scattered in there. That's right.
Here's my receipts.
Right.
Pulls out the shoebox.
Oh, fantastic. I love it. There is a castle who runs administration in the city of. What did we decide the city was called?
Stormwreck.
Stormwreck. Yeah, the city of Stormwreck. There's a castle up on the hill, and yeah, it's administered by a relatively benevolent and relatively uninvolved leader, and a sort of a city guard who tries to stay off the streets as much as possible and let the place operate with a fair amount of flexibility that's necessary for free trade, which benefits everyone ultimately. So yeah, including the operation of a relatively orderly red light zone, what we would call a red light zone, to the south end of the city, on the minor harbour. So yeah, coolly. I love it, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm playing Gwynlyn Greenhand. She is a dwarf and a bard, and sort of an artist at heart. And she has travelled all around Faerun, been many places, and sort of a bit of a vagabond, a travelling player and wanderer in the wilderness, just getting inspiration from the world around her. But she has now sort of made a home and a husband, and who's a halfling, who's very chatty. And she works 1 day a week playing her dulcimer.
That's right.
The hospice.
Everyone will recall with perfect clarity the fact that the island insists on having a 7-day week, despite the rest of Faerun pretty much having a 10-day week. And Gwynlyn plays on what day? Yeah, the second day of the week. Yeah, the second day. Second day. Gwynlyn Greenhand, music therapy, breathing and healing. And I have, in fact, been recording some dulcimer music, which once we get the opportunity for Gwynlyn to play at some point, I will reveal. But not this week. You'll have to watch future episodes in order to experience the extraordinary efforts I've gone through. Yay! Stay tuned.
Your dulcimer.
That's right.
Pulled it out of the closet.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dulcimer's a cool instrument. It's basically a kind of a European koto.
Oh, one of those. Yeah, you're totally right, man. That's exactly what I thought when I first saw it.
Yep.
One of many lap-plucked stringed instruments, that's right, with drones and things.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so Gwynlyn and Darrow are returning to the hospice, dragging a poor, apparently rather frighteningly sick shipwreck victim on a litter. That's the word we couldn't remember last week. Behind the lovely donkey. What's the name of the donkey? Does anyone remember that?
Wrote that down somewhere.
Yeah, it's Horatio.
Horatio. Who the kobolds of the island are very fond of Horatio, and Horatio is very fond of them carrots and all sorts of other sort of high sugar vegetables. Horatio is not so fond of dragging diseased sailors on litters. I describe this because coming puffing and gasping into the hospice at about the same moment that Gwynlyn and Darrow appear back in the hospice comes Arland Blackhand, shiny green-skinned orc wizard, saying,
Stop what you're doing. He takes a few sort of deep breaths to kind of compose himself, and then eventually sort of resignedly gives up and pulls out a small vial from his belt and unstoppers it and drinks it, and immediately all of the breathlessness goes away and he's perfectly normal, and the sweat sort of dries up on his face. He says, we can't go back to the hearth. It's all been cordoned off.
What are you talking about?
The place is shut down. The city's moved in and they've closed off all of the access to the hearth. I don't know if people are stuck inside. I don't know if they're still making food. I don't know if there are people inside. if they are people inside, I think that's a very bad thing for them. Yeah, I've got no information on the people inside.
Nobody
But-
shuts the hearth down.
Well, unfortunately, somebody has, and so
Who has? Why?
well, they say there's an infection. They say that there's two people, a halfling and a human, that came off a boat last night that were infected, and they have quarantined the hearth.
Oh, we got to get down there quick. But first,
What?
just to the person we're dragging behind us.
Who's
So,
this?
so describe what he looks like. Yeah, he's like a sailor in the black garb of, or maybe not a sailor. He's just very wet and has like bits of seaweed on him, which is kind of. He's in the black garb of Neverwinter, and he
Winterfell.
looks. That's right. He looks kind of a bit dreadful, kind of pale and white and unconscious, and he's kind of strapped onto this litter that your friends have apparently hastily constructed.
This poor sod we pulled off the beach.
Out of the hospice, they look better.
We're taking him into the hospice.
Oh,
We
okay.
found him on the beach.
Oh, is he infected?
We think so.
Yes.
Well, they're going to shut down the hospice then if they're going to quarantine everything.
Well,
Everything.
You'd think that the hospice was already a quarantine place.
Well,
It being a hospice and all.
but I mean, they're going to allow people to come and go. Are you sure you want to let this guy in there?
We think he might be connected to
At that moment, yep, you finish.
No, it was a dramatic pause. To the
Okay, good. Tarek turns up at that point. The food and shelter, the cook guy who has the kobold. You guys, you were delivering the ingredients to. Is that right? He turns up at that point and says, "Oh, what's this then? What's going on? Who's this poor man?"
Why, if only you'd been here 30 seconds earlier when we just explained it.
He looks. Did you find the shipwreck?
Oh, excellent. You're catching up. Okay. Yes, we found him down near the beach. Over the where was it? Looking out over. I'm not sure the area.
On the northern side of the island. There's like a little bay on the northern side as you come back along the northern cliffs, away from the northwestern point of the island. There was a little bay where the water collects, and yeah.
Yeah, poor soul was down by the beach. We think he might be infected.
He's just about to sort of go down and
Don't touch I turn to Tarek and I say the hearth has been quarantined as well. Apparently there were infected people who turned up there last night.
Which means that we are probably infected.
Yeah, we were talking with them for a long time.
I'm not afraid of infection. That is what we have chosen to serve in this place. You should know that very well.
But aren't you just the
Looks
stable hand
impressive.
or the cook?
I have a few tricks up my sleeve.
Aye, but we have proper healers. And you're a cook.
Where is Renara? Where is Renara? You!
Yes,
Find
I think Renara would like to
Good
see
thinking.
this.
There's some poor innocent kobold that was going by on its own business, probably on a break, and gets shouted at by Tarek, and quickly says, "Oh, yes, Tarek!" and sort of scatters off to try and find Renara. Sniffing.
Your voice doesn't like the high kobolds.
Ah!
Also, your filtering is cutting
Yes.
you high. Yeah.
Oh no! He says, "Oh yes, Master Tarek, I will find Renara." Isn't it? So
What a great
immersive when he
kobold
uses a voice
voice.
like
I
that.
love it.
That's right. Everyone imagine an amazing kobold voice. And then scurries off sniffing. Apparently Renara has a unique a smell that's quite easy for a kobold to detect.
A musk.
Sorry, where is the hospice on this map?
Yes. Okay. At the hospice is on a bay on the northwestern sort of ish end of the island.
Oh, it's on the other side. Okay, so it's not in the city of Stormwreck.
No, that's right. So there's a green blob on the hospice on the map, and that's where it is. The big city is on the eastern. There's a huge bay on the eastern side. Yeah, that's about all you need to know. So it's quite separated, definitely. Quite easy to quarantine, apparently. Yes.
Okay, good.
Bring him this way. Bring him to. Yes, bring him into my place.
Bring him into your kitchen.
No. That's not a good idea. Where would he go? So who would he go
Surely
to?
there's like an entry point where all sick people go as they
Yes.
like, what do they call that in hospital? Like the admin,
Quite triage.
the
Them,
triage
that's right.
area.
Right.
Maybe at that point, Gwynlin's husband turns up and takes over kind of the chaos.
That might be a good idea. That
The
is
halfling?
that is his job, isn't it, Harding?
That is well, Tarek. We'll take care of him from here. And sort of some sort of burly folks come and start untying the litter from the donkey, from Horatio.
We believe
So-
he may be quite infectious.
Yes. Okay. So, what would your husband's attitude be to that kind of thing? I suppose he sees that all the time.
Yeah, but I think they'd have protocols of how they
Yeah,
would handle.
that's right. Maybe they have like a
People do.
white cloth or something, a magically treated white cloth that they can then drape over a patient, and then carry them in that or something.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's
So,
cool. Okay.
I hand them. I've only got 2 of them on hand, but I've got 2 elixirs of the alchemist's brew.
Mhm.
It is a mixture of rare herbs and potent antidotes, and it grants the drinker immunity to poison for 1 hour. Don't know if this is going to help.
Excellent. Yep. You never know.
Didn't we do some kind of healing thing on him before we left? And you said it had some marginal effects, but nothing that was permanent.
I think I did.
Can't remember what we did though.
He was kind of dying, and you kind of gave him some hit points back, kind of thing, and stabilized him kind of to unconscious. That's right. Sorry, and he came partially awake and
used-
sort of gasped and
Yeah,
rolled over.
I used healing word on him,
Yeah.
and
Right.
he kind of got better for a moment, but then the sickness took over again. I think we also decided that poison effects and disease are different things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes,
Cool.
may not help.
So he's quickly bundled up and taken to the infirmary, which is a special building, and yes, presumably there's some sort of triaging kind of thing. Tarek goes along, kind of semi-busybodying and sort of suggesting sort of cures and things that he might be able to bring from his kitchen. And Harding is presumably relatively used to Tarek's interference, which is presumably sometimes useful. Yeah, and you're kind of left now standing in the slightly falling late summer light in the hospice.
I think we should
you
head
gonna
back
do?
and see what we can do about the hearth.
Yes.
I'm awful worried about it.
Indeed.
Yes, I'm not sure where I left them, but the guards did seem to say something about this ship had come from Neverwinter, and had brought the sickness with it. So perhaps the whole city of Neverwinter might be tainted.
Should we talk to
Indeed.
Renara first before we go, or just head straight down?
You see Renara walking back into town from the northern side where you've just come from.
Walking to town or to the hospice?
Sorry, walking back into the hospice. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
From town.
Town in a metaphorical sense. That's right. Yes. Walking back into the hospice. At sort of a fair clip, she sees you and walks sort of directly over to you. Does she know you, Derek? Does she know who does? Yeah.
I may be
Or maybe-
sort of in competition with her for healing remedies. So yeah, she may sort of view me as a bit of a, I don't know, a rival potion maker.
So she says, greetings, good folk. Greetings to you, young orc. And she sort of warmly smiles at you, but with sort of formal respect,
Renara.
not sort of warm recognition. Everyone give me perception checks. It'd be like a difficult check. Now, perception. This is looking.
Looking.
Let's do smelling as well. If anyone's got really good.
Already got an
senses on
18
smelling.
for perception. Do you want me to roll scent as well?
Yes.
16.
Woo.
I got a 6. I noticed.
I got a
nothing.
14.
Okay. Yeah. You don't notice anything funny.
On an 18?
No, indeed. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a high difficulty.
Yeah.
Renara, have you come from the town?
I was searching for evidence of the shipwreck. Did you see anything, Gwynlyn? Darrow?
Yes, we found a survivor of the shipwreck on the beach.
Oh my gosh. He's alive? Did you bring him back?
Yes, but he's not in good shape. He seems to be infected with something.
I have a dark sense of foreboding. And you've sort of grown to trust her sort of instincts and this sort of thing, so she's probably just not speaking metaphorically. Says, where did they take this victim?
To the intake area, but they wrapped him in one of those cleansing cloths.
Ah, good.
But he is diseased, and my tavern is quarantined.
Your tavern is quarantined.
It seems that the two people that came in to visit you today brought a disease or a pestilence with them. We may
From
all
where?
be infected.
They came from Neverwinter on the ship. It seems like the origin of this disease is there.
Neverwinter, infected.
Tommy Undergallows and his companion. What was his name again?
Oh, I
Arik,
can't remember.
perhaps?
I can't remember.
Oh yeah,
that
that's
guy.
the one. Arik. Yeah.
Arik.
I love
That
that
was
we
strange.
remember. Yeah, nice. I saw that. I saw what you did there. I saw what you did there.
Perhaps this is why they were sent by Arabeth to seek out spell components. This is interesting and deep news. Do you mind if I check you for disease?
Go right ahead.
Please do.
Just,
Yeah.
I do have a couple of diseases that may be lingering, but
She casts...
Unrelated.
unrelated.
That's right, that's
Yeah,
right.
Don't look too
Yes.
deeply.
I love it. Yes, you want to see to that. She sort of goes, "Shh." and sort of her eyes roll back in her head, and you see her sort of manipulating the arcane forces around you, and you feel slightly violated, and you presumably had quite a close sort of inspection after your dalliance with Sister Onara, presumably. But anyway, yes. She says, "You do not seem to be infected by a pestilence, but you have had
That's
close
not good.
contact with Arik, Tommy, and this shipwreck victim.
All three of us. Well,
This is strange. I will go to the infirmary and investigate this further. What are your intentions?
To go back to the hearth and open it up again.
Yes, a good idea. Who is quarantined?
the city.
The city. They're always so rash. Very well.
Perhaps a
Well,
letter
excellent.
from the head healer would go some way into letting them see some logic in the matter.
Yes. A good thought. You are a right young fellow, full of so much potential once.
Well,
Come with
I
me.
also-
it's been a while since anyone called me young, but I appreciate it. And you're quite young yourself, Renara.
All right,
If there's
easy.
wa- if-
Easy.
don't be off, she says, as she giggles. Right. If there's Renara seems so ancient as for that to be so implausible to be comic.
But she's beautiful. You've said that many times.
She-
So I mean,
She is beautiful.
Yeah.
She has a profound sense of deep beauty, even in her
Love
old
knows
age and
no
silver
age.
hair.
that's right, Ben. Come on.
Absolutely, absolutely. She's.
I've got a
she's-
shot.
she's-
I say to Renara, so obviously, if they've impounded the hearth and they've found out about the comings and goings of the visitors, I imagine they would be coming here next.
Yes, or they'll shut the road again.
They've done that in the past.
Yes, of course. Every time something like this happens.
Ah,
None of you remember the road ever having been shut. But I mean, she seems to have been around for a long time. Maybe it was 50 years ago before you guys came, or even 10 years ago before you guys came. How long ago do you all go back?
100 years.
yeah, not very long for me.
With the hospice? No, that's right. Yeah.
I was born here.
So she heads off to her office, which is in a building adjacent to the administration, and you follow her. Yes, presumably she's going to fulfill your requirement for a bill of good health. As you arrive at the office, Tarek is there, a large, burly,
Chef.
good-looking man. Chef. He's a little bit paunch, but he's we can still call him good-looking. Everyone's beautiful on the inside. He says, Renara. She gives him a warm smile, which hasn't been, apart from Gwendolyn, but neither of you received the same warm smile that she gives to Tarek. He says,
oh, I see what's going on. Yeah. Carry on.
Ah!
Carry on.
She's trying to make you jealous, clearly. He says, Tarek, he says, this is a strange thing, Renara. Strange thing. Strangely resistant. She's like, Says, I think I'm going to need those mushrooms. And she looks kind of furrowed-browed. I just can't get those damn mushrooms. And then she says, I'm sure a way will present itself, Tarek.
What do you need?
You're
them?
white. Sorry, what do you need them for? Yes, hard-capped mushrooms. I feel sure they'll be the solution to this issue.
Okay.
Gwendolyn,
I can
you
find
have a
them.
way with you have a way with song and spirit and peace.
Indeed.
It seems the Margonids have banished me from their presence.
Ah.
Put a guard on their cave. They used to give me the mushrooms every time I needed them. They're just not giving them to me. I feel sure that they will work. Give me perception checks on Renara again, but probably this one's definitely just sight. Unless you can smell incredulity.